Hello and welcome to this video. In this video I want to talk about topography within our model inside of Revit. You can see that this project has some topography, a topographical surface applied to it, and it really helps us understand how the building works, considering the main entrance, which is up here, and we've got openings to the two levels of the basement down here that are very relevant to the land form. Okay, so how did I get this information? Well, I want to talk about two options. Okay, and the first one I want to talk about is accessing digimaps through your browser. So let's go to the internet. We're at the Arts University Bournemouth website, and we're in My Day. And if we go to your bookmarks, you will find library website, and through the library we can access collections and databases, and the database that I'm looking for is Digimap. Okay, so Digimaps lets us download maps that are very useful for our site models. And normally we use Ordnance Survey, and we normally use Rome. But just below this option we have data download, and this could be very useful. Okay, so we can zoom in to Bournemouth, and we can let's move this around. Here we go, Bournemouth Pier. And here we can see Dean Park House, and the position of our building is just here. And the option that we have to download is the land height data. We can click on the drop down and we can see that we have options for contours. Okay, so we can download the contour information. Maybe this one might be better. 1 to 10,000. Let's have a look. Yeah, 1 to 10,000. So this is probably the one you want to go for. It's about it's a 5 kilometers by 5 kilometer tile. Okay, and you'll be able to download this. To download this, you will need to check the highlight there, and if we click, if I click to turn that on, we can see there is the tile that we want, and let's drag a selection on here. Do we need to do that? Let's see. You need to select an area. Okay, so we are going to choose an area using this tool here. So our map is inside this area, and then we can add to basket, view the basket, and choose to download. Okay, so when you've done that, it will contact Ordnance Survey, and they will email you back quite quickly. There'll be a couple of emails, and in the second email you'll have a link to the download of that file, and that file will look something like this. Let's have a look. Let's open up a project that doesn't have the topo in. Alright, so we're back in Revit, and when we're thinking about the topo surface, we want to be using something that we haven't used before. We've got all our floor plans, and at the bottom we have site. Okay, and if I click on site, you can see here is our site plan, and to get in our topo surface we can go to insert and import CAD, and then you'll need to find your downloads and the file that you got from Digimaps. Mine is here. I'm going to press open, and here is my topo surface. Okay, now Revit will generate a topography from this DWG. All you have to do is go to Massing and Site, click on toposurface, and then create from import. Okay, select import instance and then choose our DWG. We can select to check none of these and then choose just the contours. So that's the ordinary contours and the master contours. Click OK and it will generate that topo surface for us. Okay, once that's done, we should see there is the topo surface complete. I now no longer need the DWG, so I'm going to get rid of that. Oh, I got rid of the wrong one. Okay, so make sure we select the right one. Let's have a look. I'm going to go to my 3D view and see if I can see it. Now, I can't see anything in my 3D view of the topo surface, so I need to type VV on my keyboard so that I can see the visibility graphics and make sure that the topography is turned on. Click OK, and there is the topo surface, which is completely covering up my my model. Okay, so we've got the topo surface in there and we can see all those different levels being created by the contours, and that's quite good. But the reality is that this is probably a bit of overkill for what we actually need for our project. So we're going to look at option number 2. So I'm going to delete this, delete the DWG, get rid of this warning. It's the pinned object. I've got to make sure it's unpinned and then delete it. Okay, let's get back in there. So we're in the 3D view and I'm going to create my own topo surface. I'm going to go back into the site plan to do that. Let's zoom in. Okay, here is our project, and we're going to create a topo surface just by placing points. So I'm going to start to place some points. They're all going to be placed at the elevation that's specified here, and I'm going to start that at 0, and it'll probably be 0 on your screen. Okay, so I'm going to add just a few points going around my project. Something like this. We know that Dean Park House is on a incline, and we know that the land sort of falls away from the building as we get closer to the basement entrances for the car park. Okay, but we have our main entrance just about here, and we can specify maybe a few key points for our topo surface. Let's put them there, and then thinking about the entrances to the car park, I'm going to put a couple of points just there and some here. Okay, so we can adjust these points as we go. So let's have a look in 3D view again. Okay, and we can see that we've created a topo surface which is completely flat. Okay, and we need to start rearranging these points. So we can click and drag a square over these, and then we can type in different elevations. So I'm going to start at this end at minus 8,000, and we start to get a slope, and it starts to draw the contours for us as well. So I'm going to select this point and this point by pressing Control. I'm going to select this point and this point, so those 4 points, and I'm going to set those to minus 6,000 for starters, and we can always adjust any of these points as we go. So let's select this one and this one with the control key, and I'm going to set those to -3000, and that's about right for the entrance over there. And this is the sort of slope that we want on the building, because there is actually an opening along the side that we can see into the car park, which is around there, and then the slope will continue up this way, and we can say maybe about 3000 going up there. So we're just increasing the slope just a little bit, and that's looking good. I might select individual points and just say -1000 there, just make some small adjustments to the topo surface, and that's looking quite good. Now it is looking like just like a piece of paper here, so if we want the proper effect with our topo surface, we need to use the section box. So let's turn on the section box in our 3D view, and then we can select our sides, drag them in, and you can see that we start to get this sort of cut out mass for the topography, and it's looking something like this. That's looking quite good. Now there is an issue here where the topography is sort of flickering on the surface there of the ground floor, and if I cut through the building, you can see that the topo surface is actually going through our basement levels, which is obviously not what we want. So let's zoom out a little bit, just there, let's cut through. We want to fix that, and we can fix it by going to the lowest level, which is our second floor basement, going into massing and site, and we're going to add a building plate, okay, and we're going to use pick lines to do that. So we're going to select the outside edge of our basement level, the lowest level, and we're just going to go around the edge to create our building plate, okay, our building pad. And then if we go back into 3D view, you can see now that the building has not got the land going through it. Everything's cut out, looking good, and meeting with the topo surface just as it should be. So I'm very pleased with that. I think it's looking good. And that is how we add a topo surface to our project, okay, and I hope that works for you too. So I'm going to save that and finish this video. Thanks for watching.